Faroe Islands tomorrow at 4:30 to qualify, with a huge points difference in the match. So something like 25, keep them in single figures each set, and we stand a chance qualifying because everybody else will win one match apart from Luxembourg, who'll win everything. So.
And you must have been happier with the performance today than yesterday?
Yesterday, well, you'd thought being in your home turf, you'd play better, but the guys just had nerves and getting the cobwebs out and stuff. But tonight definitely was much better performance. In the first two sets anyway, we traded points for them all night long, and then sort of just gave up in the last.
You're very close to qualification now?
Yeah, we have to win tomorrow at least one set, and we're going to win the match.
Were you happy with the performance tonight?
It was difficult. It's another level to play. It was very difficult to adapt our height of blocking. We saw that it was very difficult, but it was going.
Welcome back to day 3 of this European Championship qualifying tournament here in Lisburn in Northern Ireland. Of the 4 sides involved, only Luxembourg are guaranteed to qualify in one of the top 2 spots, so in the final day it's still all to play for the other 3. In the event of them finishing level on points in the league table, it will come down to points ratio in the games played, so every play could be crucial on this final day. The first match today is Iceland versus Luxembourg, and it's Jerry Ford reporting.
Luxembourg, a team loaded with talent, had already secured qualification thanks to a win over the Faroe Islands and a hard-fought victory over host Northern Ireland. Now, only the men from Iceland, whose national dishes include boiled sheep's head and blood sausage, stood in the way of Luxembourg going 3-0 and winning the top spot. Coach Dish from Luxembourg was determined to continue with his strategy of playing to his own team's strengths through quick middle hitting, whilst exposing the weakness he perceived in the Iceland middle blockers. Iceland went behind 10-6 in the first, as Luxembourg found their rhythm behind the outstanding Koenig, number 3. But staged a spirited comeback, led by Sigurdsson, number 12, and coupled with all-round defence. But the power of Luxembourg, particularly through the middle, proved just too much for Iceland, as Luxembourg took the first set 25-21. Luxembourg resumed the second as they ended the first, with Lentz both strong in attack and dutifully sealing the block, as all good middle blockers should. But spirited Iceland dug deep with committed all-round play and solid serving to eventually take the second set 25-21, and at the same time dash Northern Ireland's hopes of qualifying. Into the third, an acrobatic defence by Iceland's libero Vignir Hlodfordsson, number 10, saw the team take an early 3-1 lead. Iceland's passion was on the verge of explosion at times as they carried their lead to 9-5. Luxembourg staged a brief resurgence led by number 6 Lentz, primarily off his strong serving, but it was all too little too late as Iceland pulled away to win 25-21 in the third and go 2-1 up in the match. An epic rally, eventually won by Luxembourg, kicked off the fourth set of this enthralling battle. The sheer guts of the Icelanders, and it has to be said literally in some cases, continue to frustrate the more technically sound Luxembourgers. Strong hitting by the ever-reliable Koenig and teammate Marold saw Luxembourg close out the fourth set 25-15 and take the match to a fifth set tiebreaker. Both teams traded punches in the early stages of the abridged fifth set, with Iceland edging it 8-5 into the changeover. A string of unforced errors from the usually reliable Marold, number 1, and Koenig, number 3 from Luxembourg, opened the door for Iceland to pour cold water on Luxembourg's chances to finish the tournament unbeaten. This was a super performance by Iceland, led by the iconic number 12 Sigurdsson. They now must wait for the outcome of the Northern Ireland's match against the Faroe Islands to see if they qualify.
Obviously delighted there with the win, and you've kept your chances alive for qualifying.
Yeah, we are delighted to win Luxembourg, and we had to do something for this game, so last night we had to cut all our hairs like this and to keep the spirits alive, and it happened. Worked for us.
We had to win this match 3-0, but we really too stupid to win.
Where did it go wrong today?
We jumped too high in the block. Same as yesterday against Ireland. It's the same thing. We are too high. They touch our elbows. So finish.
It was a very close match today. This was probably the closest you've played in this week.
It was the closest, yeah, of course. But always 5 sets. It's killing you.
And so to the last match of the tournament, Northern Ireland versus the Faroe Islands. The home side really with only pride to play for at this stage. Qualification now beyond them. For the Faroes, however, victory would guarantee that second qualifying spot. Your commentary team once again, Jerry Ford and first Jeff Hill.
So both teams on court for Northern Ireland against the Faroe Islands. It's a particularly poignant match this for the Northern Ireland players. It will in fact be their last match together, having been beaten by Iceland and Luxembourg and therefore failed to qualify sadly for the next stage of the Europeans. They now face disbandment as the funding focus of volleyball in the UK switches to a GB squad, beginning 6 years of preparation for the Olympics in 2012. So a bittersweet day for volleyball in Northern Ireland, but they put on a heroic performance against Luxembourg yesterday, and they'll be hoping to build on that with victory here today to at least keep them out of the wooden spoon slot. Jerry, what do you reckon are their chances of doing that?
Jeff, I'm hoping we see a good performance. I think they finished out really well yesterday. Their game against Luxembourg, I think everyone was expecting a real one-sided affair. The team came out and performed really well. So let's hope they can keep the error rate down and the fire in the belly up in this one.
12-6, Faroe Islands lead. Oh, very shoddy mistake there by Wilson Greenlees, the 20-year-old young Northern Ireland libero.
Yeah, I know he's only a young guy, but I really am struggling with Wilson's position on the team as libero. Libero for me has got to be an absolutely outstanding defensive player. Net fault surely by Faroe Islands, not picked up by either referees.
No, Christensen calls it out. No touch, no net foul. 14-6, the Faroe Islands lead. Number 1, Johan Nielsen to serve. Oh, unlucky from Workman. Could have just crawled over, but it crawled back. Still a quite spirited defence with the Northern Ireland team, which they suffered from not having very, very badly in their opening game, and that's an aspect of their game that's been improving as the weekend's gone on. It's in, and Faroe Islands go 24-12 and set point up in this first set.
Yeah, I think the story here is just repeated use of that backcourt attack. Last one being a perfect example. You know, they're setting back row as much as they are front row, and Northern Ireland at the minute just can't deal with that. Harder ball to block, obviously, harder shot to block, in that your timing is completely different when you're blocking a back row attack. Mind you, at some of the more senior levels in volleyball, backcourt and front row sets are indistinguishable. So your blockers have got the same job to do, but they're probably looking at 5 hitters running at them.
2-1, the Faroe Islands lead. Captain number 3, Rini Vaya, to serve. 6'3", 26 years old. Plays for the Tromsø team in Norway. Oh, unlucky. Almost there by Hamilton.
Yeah, I think Northern Ireland block's been pushed right out onto the antenna to block there, and I think they can afford just to, guarantee the cross-court block, place the defender in the right position down the line, and make the guys go for a tougher line shot than giving the angle open.
Oh, it's a very tough serve. Good effort by Wright, but point to the Faroe Islands. 3-1 the lead in the second set, and the 1 set up. Mickelson, the server, 63 caps for his country, so very experienced player. Unforced error by Peter Lundy on the outside. Jerry, those were the things you said crucified the Northern Ireland team in the first day.
Yeah, and that's the things they markedly changed in the game against Luxembourg yesterday. You know, they improved the serve, they reduced the unforced error rate, and they were competitive. Faroe Islands already racing away to a 5-1 lead here.
12-6 Faroe Islands lead. Oh, a bit of miscommunication there between Mark Fulton and Peter Lundy. He was taking the ball and they left it too late. Timeout. Stephen Versailles, the Northern Ireland coach, trailing 6-13 in the second set. Oh, Grant going to Workman twice in a row. First time brilliant, second time disaster. 24-11, set point for the Faroe Islands.
They've really tried, you know, they've got to try and get on the up now. Maybe resign the fact they're going to lose this set, but let's finish it out with a couple of good bits of play so that they go into the next set with a bit of more positive attitude. No,
I was just
not the way to do it, eh? 25-12, Faroe Islands take the second set.
Sheer frustration in the face of Alan Workman. He's trying so hard, but
well, one thing they can take away from this tournament is their homework. They know what they've got to go away and improve on, that's for sure. And it's catching. Faroe Islands serving the net. I think that's what distinguishes the sort of level of volleyball we're watching from, you know, world level volleyball, where ball going in the net other than off a tremendous jump serve is something that you just would not see.
Of course, the difference is that those guys are training 6-8 hours every day, and teams like Northern Ireland and indeed the Faroe Islands just simply don't have the resources to train that much. 4-all here. Oh,
nice,
brilliant save.
Workman.
Brilliant save by Alan Workman. 13-10, the Faroe Islands lead in this third set. Number 3, Rini Vaya, serving.
Nice pass by Workman. Quick set.
Net foul.
Yeah, net fault on the Faroe side.
Yeah, another good decision by Grant there, setting Hamilton in the middle. If he can do that often enough, it'll pin the Faroe Islands middle blocker and give the outside hitters a bit of scope.
Well, I think he's probably doubled or tripled Dave Hamilton's hitting stats for the tournament in this set alone.
Rare mistake there by Workman, serving into the net. 14-11, the Faroe Islands lead.
Critical point in the set here for me now. They cannot let this team get more than 3 points adrift. And as I say that, they go to 4 points up at 15-11 over the top.
24-22, set and match point to the Faroe Islands, and Rini Vaya, the Faroe Islands captain, goes back to serve for the match.
They stay in it.
What a rally, what a rally.
Good use again by Workman. He knew he wasn't in a position to attack the ball strongly. He was in under the net there, too close to the net, and just decided to tip the ball over the block.
Workman to serve, 23-24 down. Still match point, but Northern Ireland a chance to block their way back into contention here. Oh dear, oh dear.
Super put away to finish out the match. Backcourt attack again by the Faroese takes them to a 3-0 lead. 25-23 in the third set.
Yeah, it was good. First two sets were very good. Last one we relaxed a little bit too much, took it too easy, underestimated Northern Ireland. But it shows that you mustn't underestimate anyone. So they almost got the set, but gladly we took it.
Must have been pretty happy with the performance.
Well, in the first two sets we didn't play well at all. We got beaten in the first 2 sets, and certainly in the third set we picked our game up and we traded points for the team. Unfortunately, we ran out losers, but
How would you sum up the tournament for Northern Ireland?
Well, for the team, it wasn't that great. Well, we lost all 3 matches we played. For Northern Ireland volleyball, on the other hand, it was a great tournament. So many volunteers, people came out and watched even though the World Cup was on, so it was very, very good.
So disappointment for Northern Ireland again. That's their third 3-0 defeat out of 3 games in the tournament. They'll not be happy with that. One man who is happy though is Lenny Barry. He's the president of the organising committee. Lenny, disappointment for the host nation, but overall in the tournament a fine 3 days play.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a good experience for the team, and it's also a fantastic experience and opportunity for the Northern Ireland Volleyball Association, who've put on a great event here. Their volunteers and the Lagan Valley Leisureplex staff have been absolutely fantastic. It's been brilliant.
Thank you, Lenny. Well, that's it from Lisburn from us for now. Congratulations to Luxembourg and to the Faroe Islands. They go through to the next stage of qualifying in Cyprus next year. Good luck to them in that. But from us for now, it's bye-bye.